Welcome back to the Perfect Peace devotional series. I am so excited for the opportunity to encourage my fellow parents and guardians in the Lord. I hope you are being as blessed by this series as I am. Today's message is entitled, Grab the World by the Tail. Enjoy. I have a confession to make. I absolutely dread taking my son to any and all doctor appointments. Sounds crazy, right? But hear me out. When I was a child, I was extremely talkative. I could have a conversation anywhere with anyone about anything. My family was so patient with me, and while they did teach me proper boundaries, they never silenced me or inhibited me from being who God created me to be. Fast forward 30 years later, I'm a licensed therapist who uses the gift of conversation to help others overcome some very difficult life challenges. I'm also a mom raising an 8-year-old new and improved version of myself. He literally talks from the moment he opens his eyes until the moment he closes them. His thoughts are so deep and provocative that I often find myself acting as his interpreter to shield him from the judgment of others. I constantly worry that people will think he is weird or strange when he tells them random facts about why yellow jacket bees eat cicadas, or how his plush Sonic the Hedgehog toy is his emotional support buddy that has helped him overcome feeling lonely during quarantine. Many of these awkward conversations take place in the doctor's office. They are asking him a myriad of questions about himself, and the spotlight is all his. He takes full advantage of these moments and tells them everything and anything he can recall about animals, TV shows he's into, reasons why he should be able to play video games longer, and why he thinks visiting their office is boring. This morning, I found myself working overtime to ease my own anxiety as we prepared for our first visit to his new pediatrician. When he came downstairs to eat breakfast, I noticed that his shorts were on backwards. Oh no, I thought, it's going to be one of those days. Now you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? Just tell him to put the shorts on properly. But in my house, with my child, backwards drawstring shorts are an indication of something larger at work. It signifies that he is slowly morphing into character. The drawstring has now become a tail, and he is either attempting to be an animal or a cartoon of some sort. Asking him to wear the shorts in a traditional manner will inevitably spark a debate, followed by a tantrum. Out of pure selfishness, I decided to risk it and asked him to put the shorts on correctly. Immediately, a look of disappointment consumed his face. He tried to advocate for himself, explaining that the drawstring was meant to be a tail, but I disregarded his reasoning and insisted that he comply. Your new doctor will think that you don't know how to properly dress yourself, I argued. As soon as the words left my mouth, I heard God say to me, "Are you more concerned with how others will view him or how they will judge you as a parent for allowing him to walk around with backward shorts? You are teaching him to care too much about the opinions of others. Let him be who I created him to be." I immediately reversed course and told him that he could wear his clothing however he chose because it shouldn't matter what other people think. The brightest smile came across his face, and I instantly knew I made the right decision. I took a few deep breaths, and we headed out the door. No sooner than the doctor had been in the office 5 minutes, she remarked, "He has his shorts on backwards." I asked my son to explain to her why he was wearing them that way. He proudly informed her of his newly created tail, and we all had a good laugh. Today's lesson is one that I will never forget. How often do we conform to this world in an effort to gain acceptance and validation from others? Why do we place so much emphasis on the opinions of others if God has already confirmed that we are loved, redeemed, and fearfully and wonderfully made? Never again will I micromanage my son's appearance. God has implanted very special gifts down on the inside of him, and I must make a conscious effort not to stifle or inhibit those gifts in the name of social acceptance. It is so important that we teach our children to live by God's standards and no one else's. We cannot expect them to grow into confident, resilient, self-loving adults if we are simultaneously teaching them to be preoccupied with the opinions of others. Let's teach our children the importance of going forth with a spirit of boldness and embracing all that God has created them to be. We simply cannot afford not to. Our scripture today comes from the Gospel of John, chapter 15, verse 19. If you belonged to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you. Remember, this earth is not our home, and we were not created to gain earthly acceptance. God blessed you with very special and unique gifts. Do not hide them out of fear of judgment. Let your light shine at all costs. Have a blessed day. Go forth boldly and let your light shine. Keep God first and treat others, including your children, the way Christ treats you.